Hey guys, it's Timmer here at the Tool Library and getting ready to open up. And so what's on deck tonight? Well, I know for sure we've got a few people coming in to pick up some orders. And then in the meantime, I want to check and see what's up with this. I don't really know this brand of table saw, Sidekick. But I'll tell you what, it's got some good power, you know? I was impressed. Got a couple of notes on it, like it might need some maintenance. I've got one note about it having some blade wobble. Now, I checked it out. I didn't really see that. It might just be a matter of needing to change out the blade, but I'm going to test it. We'll find out. And then it's also mentioned that it might have some electrical issue, which, if anything, might just be a problem with the plug here. It looks like, to me, like this plug is being replaced. So I'll check that to see if it's got any loose leads. And hopefully we can get this guy back in rotation, because when we look over here, we can see that both of our DeWalt table saws, which I love the DeWalt table saw, my man. It's so good. And it shows because they're both out right now. So if anybody else comes in looking for a table saw, we're going to be out of luck. I thought I could bring this one back in and get it in rotation. As I say, it has really good power, and it's a great saw. I especially love the way that the activation switch works here. It's really cool. It feels great. You flick it on down here, and then to turn it off, you just like smack that down. I find like that's a really cool design. I like it. And then the other thing I want to do is just test to make sure that this here Porter cable pancake compressor has good power and has no problems. Going to be sending that out along with this little baby. I don't know the brand of this pneumatic gun, but I do know that it's pretty cool because it's a combination brad nailer and stapler. And I find like that's a pretty versatile tool. I like it. So we're going to be sending that out. Not sure what the project is, maybe upholstery or something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to get myself ready. We're going to open up and kick off the evening. Another good evening of tool lending. Got this little guard right here. You need to pull back, right? Once you got that back, you're basically going to put it in place and then pop. Good to go. So if you're not getting the joy, then you might not be pulling back on the guard right there. Now the other cool thing I might suggest, just because I'm feeling like maybe it is an upholstery project of some kind, is we got a staple puller that we could send along with this order if that is the kind of job. You know, just in case you get, you pop one in the wrong place and you need to get it back out again. Or if you're removing the old upholstery, it could be good. And then the other thing we got is a fabric stretcher right here, which is like some very tough grips, serrated grips there that you can use for basically, getting a nice even pull on the fabric. And then pop, you put a couple of staples in and you're good to go. So we'll see. I'm going to suggest those when it comes in. But otherwise, this rig here looks like she's good to go. So I picked up a little side job to do tonight, which is working on this vinyl cut. So these are all going to be flooring materials that help to direct people to the right areas, and it's all part of the reopening in this pandemic that we are dealing with that has been causing problems for us for a few months now, but we're getting a handle on it. Alrighty, so next up we got another ticket come in from another Tim, and Tim is from the Hillcrest area where unfortunately we are not operating at the moment, but a lot of the tools from the Hillcrest location have come down here to Spadina, And so Tim was hoping to get his hands on a hammer drill and a couple of chisel bits. So these are tools that you would use to make like removing tile a lot easier. Like you can do it with the Wonder Bar, you can sit there with a mallet and a crowbar and those will lift it up. But then again, you got access to one of these. That's what I'm talking about. So quick note, you got your hammer drill settings right on the left here. Pretty simple. Just pop it into place. We got the 1 inch and we got the 3 inch chisel bit for you. And you basically just pop them in. They got the little grooves so you can't go too far wrong with putting those in. And that is going to save you a ton of work. So we're going to set that aside for other Tim. And he's going to be by to pick it up. Now we do have another hammer drill, which is also a Bosch to make a good hammer drill. This is like your baby hammer drill. But this is still going to be good for like drilling into concrete. And we have the masonry bits to go with it as well. So we'll keep that one on reserve. And this one's going out. So far, I'm having no problems at all with this table saw. Started off with some, cuts on just some light plywood, no problem. Followed up with some thicker stock. You can see, like, I've got a nice clean rip on there. So, this is where it gets a little tricky because, like, clearly somebody has reported some issue with this table saw. But so far I'm not able to recreate it. So I think I'm just gonna have to like do some more cuts and see if I come up with anything weird. And then the other thing I can do is just like double check everything, make sure that it's like nice tight and true, but like this guard, like it's good. This support here, it's good as well. Honestly, the saw seems to have a lot of power. I don't really know this Sidekick brand here, but I popped it up on the Workmate 150. So we've got a couple of these as well that we loan out. And it's just a nice little platform. It's at a good height. And, they're a good pairing with the table saw. And so far so good. So yeah, I'll just keep working with it a bit, and then if things are cool, then maybe this can be our backup plan until the DeWalts come back. Alrighty, so we had a quick call ahead, and we're going to be sending out this, I believe it's 4-inch belt sander. I haven't fired that one up in a little while, and I know the last time that was in use was when we had our Alzheimer's program running, and it seemed to be working good then. But I'm going to fire it up just to be sure that everything's cool, because I haven't used it in a little while, and let's avoid disappointment. I'm going to fire it up. So here we've got basically the combination of this lever and this dial here for adjusting the belt tension. So that should be pretty good. Let's fire it up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's some sanding joy right there. So I'm getting the call ahead a lot, because people are checking to see if the hours listed on the site are correct. People can't believe that we're open 6 days a week, and that we're open until 10 p.m. and they're double checking it. But we totally are. So hopefully that helps to make up for some of the inconvenience caused by this problem we've had with coronavirus. That sander's ready to go. I'm going to add a few files to it. So I picked out, 2 basic files, but I've also added into it this little guy, which personally I call this a rasp. But, all these tools, like, they all have these funny names. Like for example, right here, this, I call it a foxtail saw, just because that's what I learned. But some people call it a sawzall. Really, I guess the correct name is a reciprocating saw, but all of these tools, you got 10 different names that 10 different people have learned. But we'll throw in a rasp and see if he needs it or not. It's a nice little tool. I like to have it because, like, I find often when you start filing, you get impatient and you realize you need to actually take a little bit more surface material off, and that's where the rasp comes in handy. A couple shots with the rasp, follow it up with the file, maybe save yourself a little bit of time. But you can, you don't need it. You can just use the file, but it's kind of a convenience. Same orders, got a couple of jigsaws going out. Let's fire them up. Very nice, very nice. Got a pilot light as well, kind of like that. It's always nice if you got time to do a quick check. Solid. Yep. Speed control is good. Yeah. I think these lovely pieces are a winner.